Good afternoon, everybody. This is for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, especially if you're not wanting to do the recorder, but you want to do something musical. The last 2 weeks, we've been doing a song called Alpha 4. It starts with, can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? Stop and be still. And then last week, we learned, shh, 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 shh. Can you hear the music play? Shh, 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 shh. Can you hear it now? I wrote it down on my handy dandy whiteboard. See if I can make it so you can see easily and not my window. So the A section, this first line happens 3 times. Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? And then last line, stop and be still. The rhythm is ti 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 ta ta, ti 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 ta ta, ti 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 ta ta ta, ti ti ta. Rest. You'd probably be fine if you didn't know these rhythms, but let's put some musical knowledge into this. In the B section, we had the new stuff. Shh, 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 shh. It's just all straight tas. Ta, 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 ta. The third line also does that. Shh, 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 shh. And then after the first shh 4 times, can you hear the music play? Ti, 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 ta. And then there's our 4 shh, 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 shh. And then it ends with, can you hear it now? Ti, 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 ta. And then there's a beat of silence, a rest. And then it's going to go back to A. So the song so far is A, B, A. I'm going to go through the whole thing, kind of point out where we are as we're going. Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? Stop and be still. Shh, 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 shh. Can you hear the music play? Shh, 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 shh. Can you hear it now? Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? Stop and be still. Hopefully you've come up with some body percussion to go along with this. Remember, our body percussion options are snaps, claps, pats, and stomps. One of my favorite things to do is pat, pat, clap. I haven't shown you this before, but I really love to go pat, pat, clap, pat, pat, clap. Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? And then I usually do stomp, clap, 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 first stop and be still. You are welcome to do something different, but I really enjoy this one. At least give it a try. Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? Stop and be still. I think I might actually normally do snaps. Let's do it one more time, but this time let's do snaps instead of claps. Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? Stop and be still. For shh, 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 can you hear the music play? I usually like to pick one body percussion and stay with it. But again, you can make up your own stuff. Do whatever you want. So I'm going to do snaps for a line, claps for a line, pats for a line, and then stomps for a line because it's kind of fun to, it's fun to say, can you hear it now while stomping? I just enjoy it. Shh, 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 shh. Can you hear the music play? Shh, 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 shh. Can you hear it now? You do not have to use every body percussion part for every line. You could go, shh, 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 shh. Can you hear the music play? Shh, 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 shh. Can you hear it now? Whatever works for you. You make up your own thing. I would suggest not going, can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? Can you? I don't think you're going to remember what you did. You want to be able to repeat whatever it is that you did. Otherwise, you're doing improvisation instead of composing. I would like us to be composing. It'd be really great if you left enough room in your rhythms like this. So a little more space in between where you can write clap, claps, or pat, pat, clap, clap. Let me try that again. Pat, pat, clap, pat, pat, clap. Pat, pat, clap, pat, pat, clap. To write something like that in it. Or maybe down here, snap, 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 clap, 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 snap, 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 stomp, 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 stomp. Or maybe pat, 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 stomp, and end with a stomp. It would be nice if it kind of worked with it. I do suggest having each 8th note being the same body percussion part. Do what you want. Now, before I end for today, I do want to tell you there is a 3rd and final section that goes with it. It didn't fit on here. So, through the power and magic of video, let me switch this. So, this next section goes like this. I did not put the rhythms in yet because there's a weird twist and I wanted you to see the words first. My head is singing, my heart is beating, my feet are dancing, play it now. So of course I really enjoy doing stomp on my feet are dancing, but you don't have to. My head is singing, my heart is beating, my feet are dancing, play it now. I think you could probably figure out this rhythm pretty easily. Play it now. Play it now. I will tell you that there is yet another rest. It ends with a rest just like all the sections have ended with rest. If you have a pen and paper, quickly write it down, pause if you need to. Play it now should look like this. Ta, 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 rest. Every single line ends with familiar rhythms. Ta, ta. My head is ta, ta. My heart is ta, ta. My feet are ta, ta. Play it now. Singing, beating, dancing. Normal, everyday, normal. 2 quarter notes, ta, ta. However, the weirdness and why we hadn't talked about it yet, in C section, we're going to use something called syncopation. Syncopation. We're going to take our eighth notes and we are going to separate them. Usually eighth notes are holding hands. They got the little bar line across the top saying, I never want to let you go. But we are going to make our eighth notes. Remember, this is an eighth note. We're going to make our eighth notes separate. Now, when you separate an eighth note, you take away the bar. But if you took just away the bar, then it would look like 2 quarter notes. That's no good. We want short notes still. So we're going to add something called a flag. Sometimes it can have a little bit more of a curve, but it should look like if you cut that little bar that was going across. Let me draw it again. If you got that bar going across, then that bar would all of a sudden be kind of floppy and drooping around. So we're going to separate our 2 eighth notes and put a quarter note in between it. So let me write that real quick on my head. My head is going to be the ta, the quarter note. It's going to look like that. Ti-ta, ti-ta, ta. This ti-ta-ti is called syncopation. So it makes it kind of jazzy. It's one of my favorite things. I don't normally show you this stuff because it's harder, but it's fun too. So we're just going to go with it. Ti-ta, ti-ta, ta. Let me magically get the others put in. And there you have it. Ti-ta, ti-ta, ta. Ti-ta, ti-ta, ta. Ti-ta, ti-ta, ta, 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 ta. My head is singing, my heart is beating, my feet are dancing, play it now. So, the overall form, the final form, this is what is written down on the piece of paper that Jim Solomon wrote. I got to meet Jim Solomon this past school year. He's a really cool guy. He's the one who wrote this song. I hadn't told you that before. Jim Solomon wrote our song called Alpha 4. We're going to use this form, A, B, A, C, A. This new thing, this cool syncopation beat comes in C. The A was, can you hear the music? And B was the sh. So, coming up with your own body percussion as you would like, trying to write out any of the rhythms you want to. I think it's fun to just kind of draw out the rhythms. You can do it on a dry erase board like I have, or maybe a pencil and paper, or maybe you want to get all fancy and get out crayons or markers, or just make sure it's in a place that's appropriate. Don't draw on your walls. Obviously, I think you're past that point. The whole song goes like this. Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? Stop and be still. Shh, 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 shh. Can you hear the music play? Shh, 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 shh. Can you hear it now? Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? Stop and be still. My head is singing. My heart is beating, my feet are dancing, play it now. Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? Stop and be still. So you can add on to what you did in the previous weeks with your body percussion, or you can change it up knowing all this new information, but this is as complicated as our song is going to get, unless we just want to add a different technique to go with it to make it even more interesting. But this is all that is written in the book by Jim Solomon. We may add a D section in the future. What would that be like? Right. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's quick little lesson. I hope you enjoy being creative. Write it down. I would love to see it on Flipgrid. Feel free to submit it on Flipgrid so I can see what you're working on. And I will see you as soon as we can be back at school. Bye.